Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update show, the WREXfast Club, for Sunday, November 24th. Yes, it is a Sunday, and big game yesterday. Big game yesterday, and they're coming thick and fast because you got a game on Tuesday against Lincoln City. So we're getting ready for that. But yeah, after yesterday, sitting around, thinking about how great a game was and how well we performed for about, I would say, most of the game, 15-minute spell where I didn't think it was that. And we kind of took our foot off the gas, which is fine. We're entitled to do that, but as long as we don't lose games, is not it's not a problem. But yeah, so today we're going to see it says Rollin sevens. Yes, Rollin sevens there. We're talking about the player ratings and how people fared yesterday, because the player ratings did come out, and there's a lot of sevens in there, a couple eights, but mostly just Rollin sevens there, and how we played. I thought it was very sorry, something wrong with there. Thought it was a very impressive game. And for the team to show up like that, not being able to train throughout the week. Obviously, we listened to Rathbone say that they, the team hadn't played together a whole lot, and they weren't able to go out and actually be on the pitch together. So it's a good one. So yes, Rollin sevens. That's how you get a win. That's how we're going to keep going and keep in second place, which is great. Just do a little house cleaning here. Glenna Bursley's in the house. She's number one again. Goopy Splat's also here. How you doing? And STōK says, great game, if not a little windy and moist. Well, I guess you take the good with the bad, right? STōK, you got to definitely take the good with the bad. But I don't know if you were in the cop end or where you were at. But what did you think of the match yesterday? I don't think you had your say, but love to see what your thoughts were. And Chicky Brewer says, hello. How is everybody? Okay, also, too, I want to give a special shout-out to my friend Jay Jablonski's birthday. Happy birthday to Jay, and happy birthday to my buddy Julian out there as well. I think he's having a birthday today as well. Awesome. So, hey, say hi, Josh. Say Wrexham versus Exeter. There you go. Wrexham versus Exeter. All right. I hope I said that right. I hope I did. But what do we think? Also, too, want to start looking a little bit forward. Talking about Lincoln City. Who do you think is going to be starting against Lincoln City? Will there be some changes out there? What say all of you? All right, let's get into this article here that I want, and it has the player ratings. There was a lot of good players. Player ratings are on the pitch yesterday, and here's how they played out according to the leader. And I'll give my thoughts as well. I'd love to get your thoughts too. Man of the match officially went to Ollie Rathbone. And I would give that on full authority that I fully agree with that. I know we kind of joked that Palmer was going to be the man of the match. He put in a great performance, and I got stick for not thinking Palmer's a great player all the time. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but what are you going to do? But yesterday, he played very, very well. Next with Elliot Lee next to him, who also played well, who was ticked off when he came off, which is interesting. Okay, Wrexham registered a thoroughly deserved 3-0 victory over Exeter City at the race course. That you move up to second in League One. Yes, second in League One. Fantastic there too. Here's how the players rated. Callum Burton, remember, coming in, AO, broken wrist, doesn't need to have surgery. Callum Burton, hasn't started in the league game. Let me see, was it before this one? 18 months, they said? Not before the game before last. So he's come in, great, clean sheet for him. Had little to do until he made 2 saves in quick succession in the second half. They gave him a 7. There you go. Agree with that. Callum Burton, I do not, normally they would say, there's a drop off when you have your goalkeeper coming in, your backup goalkeeper. I don't see any drop off. Different style of play. He's in the peak of his powers at 28 years old or whatever he is. He's in the peak of his powers. That doesn't mean to say that AO is not our starter, but having him come in and control the line with get between the sticks and control the line with the defense. I thought he played great. So 7, I agree with on that too. Max Cleworth, young Maxie boy, solid at the back and opened the scoring with his 5th goal of the season to make him joint top scorer. How is that possible? The young Maxie boy is joint top scorer with 8. Oh, sorry, with 5, and they gave him an 8 on that. So I'll agree with that. I'll totally agree with that for sure. I think that Maxie is leaps and bounds, getting better and better every week, every time he plays. It's not 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's 2 steps forward, and he just nudges over the line a little bit more, and he gets another step. He never really. I know he got injured, and he's come back very, very solid. Young kid, strong, and I think an 8 for him. I'll give that an 8 too. STōK says, "Hey, I was in the cup. Very impressed with Brunt, James, and Rathbone, who played well considering lack of minutes. The second goal from the back to front was the goal of the season for me, and I think it was a very, very impressive goal. The cross that came in from Barney was absolutely spectacular. Palmer split the defenders in the middle there, back of the net, easy does it. It was a great goal, and we're going to see more of those too. I firmly believe, and I think we said this on the Rex on the show yesterday, the Wrexham reaction. We have not seen the best of this team yet. We've not seen the best of this team. We've also not seen our best 11 yet. I think we're getting there, and we'll talk about the midfield yesterday. But sometimes it's going to be some hard yards and some guys looking themselves in the mirror that might not be starting, that might be fan favorite. It might have got us here. So that's something that needs to be considered as well. So good on you, Welsh Techie, and sitting in the cup. I think Hugh was in the cup as well. And I believe that who else was in there? Well, I know him as Greg. You know him as I know him as Greg, North Wales guy. Same team, but Matty James looked a little pitch, so Cannon came on. He did, but he only had cramp. James only had a cramp, so which is good. All right, moving on. Owen O'Connell, clean sheet was never in doubt. Wrexham defended well throughout. Got a 7. Okay, I agree with that. I thought O'Connell getting put back into the side, dropping Scar was an interesting one for me. But him and O'Connell will be dancing back and forth before that. My choice for me personally is Scar. I like Scar better than O'Connell. I think O'Connell played very, very well yesterday, considering that he had Brunty next to him, who he probably hasn't played next to, or hasn't probably played a lot together, which is great. So they had good chemistry, and also playing with Callum Burton back there. So I thoroughly deserve O'Connell with a clean sheet yesterday, and I think he's a good player. Personally, for me, I like Scar better. That's just my style of player. Let's see what happens on Tuesday. It's supposed to be a little bit more aggressive. That Lincoln's going to be a little bit more of an aggressive team, so we'll see how that goes. But thoroughly deserved. Good on him. Techie also goes on to say, should have been 4-0. The Rathbone got in the way of Leeds' header. He actually tucked that in. Yeah, they called him offside for sure. Could have been 4. CPK, what's going on, my brother? Looking strong. And PS, where's the golf challenge? The golf challenge is supposed to be this week coming up. I don't know if I can actually do it. I might have to forfeit my knees. How you doing, CPA? Hope you're well, my friend. I went to that. Also going to Lincoln and Barnsley. Awesome. Hugh D was also there. What up, Nikki D? How you doing? What up, Grammy? So Brunt ran through their midfield so many times. Brunty's an absolute legend. And Lincoln will be a tough test on Tuesday. It will be a tougher test for sure. But if we play like that in the midfield, we'll be okay. I just hope he has the balls to do it. Parkinson, and he does. And we'll talk about that later. All right, Brunt came in for the first league start at Wrexham and was brilliant at left-sided center half. All aspects of the game, got an 8. Yes, he did thunder through a few times, just charging through, really confident on the ball. Good feet, always with his head up. Put his head where places you don't want to. Went to ground a couple times too. He made some good defensive work plays. He's really a high work rate guy, lean, tall. I think him and Max are the future of our back line on either side of whomever's in the middle there. I really like the makeup of Lewis Brunt. He did have to buy his time. He did talk about buying his time and finally getting his opportunity, and he took his opportunity well. And that's it. Always prep for opportunity. He's 23 years old. We went after him. We wanted him. I'm sure there's been some hand-holding, arm around the shoulder, because he wants to play. Players want to play, especially the good ones. So happy to see him on the pitch. And 8, I agree with that too. Dobson. Oh, sorry. We go to Ryan Barnett. Barnett, a threat down the right flank, and he supplied a superb cross with Palmer's goal. 7 for him too. Yes. I agree with that. He's playing very well. He got his new contract. It didn't mess with his head. It was just job done. Keep moving on. Steady 7 for him. That's been throughout this campaign. It's great. And he's only going to get better. I think him and Max have a great relationship down that right side. And I think the only thing I would say about him yesterday, there was a couple of forward runs that were made overlapping on the inside that he could have passed through. I think it was Canada made 1 or 2 of them. Dobson did at some point, and he didn't. He kind of held on to the ball once or twice too much. Only criticism of his game yesterday, there was a couple times he could have pushed the ball forward. He tried to roll it a little bit too. They got a little congested. Other than that, good game. 7. Totally agree with him. Happy for him as well. George Dobson switched to right side, and Wrexham controlled the midfield battles. Now, people would said they give him a 7. So they said Dobson. This is my critique of fixing the midfield. Dobson was released yesterday and was allowed to do one job rather than two jobs because of Matty James getting in the side as well. Dobson looked good for me yesterday. It's not like he did anything spectacular. He had one nice crunching tackle to the ground. I thought he played well. Him partnered with Matty James in the middle of the park there, I thought played really, really well. And Rathbone also relentless. I thought that's a really good combination right there. So I'm hoping we stick with that. And I like Andy. I know he was suspended yesterday, but I like that how they played well together. Dobson for me, always a steady, one of the best players of the season. So Chicky Brewer says I also enjoyed the celebrations. Okay, moving on, and I'll get to. I see the chat. We'll talk about it in a second. Ollie Rathbone, superb all-around performance. His work rate was pressing phenomenal. He also got a goal. He got a 9. Totally agree with him. You could see him buzzing at the end. When he did his interview at the end of the game. Knee slide said it all. Chicky Brewer for sure. And what a great, smallest guy on the pitch, getting his shirt held. Never stopped working for it, and he put the ball in the back of the net strong, very, very strong for him, and coming out. He's one that I would see growing to be into a steady starter. I'm sorry. I know Andy has been great for us, but he is a good player. We bought him for a reason. He played at a higher level. He's in here and he can play. He's got gears in him. He has it. He has a little bit something about him. Not known as a goal threat. Definitely relentless on the on and off the ball, which is good. High pressing, good feet. Didn't give the ball away at all. Took balls off of the midfield and the back line as well. So good on him. He looks like a really solid player. 9 out of 10 for me with the goal. Absolutely, I love it. And good lettuce on him too. Good lettuce. James McLean did the job at both ends of the pitch, delivering his delivery of his crossing was top notch, and had an assist for Rathbone. 7 for him too. So yes, solid game for him as well. Macca. He never has a bad game. He only has great games or 7s. 7s for me are a great number for him. He's never going to be below average. Sometimes he goes missing in games because he has to. He did get beat. He did get beat and recovered yesterday because he did go down that right side. He did get beat a couple times, but he did recover very well for a guy for his age. But that guy, I'm not sure who it was, had him a little bit, but he deals with strength and goes in there, had a crunching tackle at one point yesterday just to let him know, which is great. Really solid performance on him. James McLean, the captain, is sorry, that's a dog. The captain did his job yesterday, and it was one of those I felt like it was a must-win, especially at home. So I'm happy for him. 7 out of 10 for him. James McLean, Elliot Lee, awesome. I know he put a 7. They have a 7 here. I think he had an 8 shift. He was pissed yesterday when he came off. Came off. Played just off the striker Palmer and defended from the front. Had the assist for Cleveland's opener. Yes, Elliot Lee in a different role yesterday in the second striker, kind of in the 10 role off of the 9 of Palmer. I thought he did really well. Yeah, it suited him a little bit better. He's been lost in the last couple of games, kind of sitting in the back over there, trying to still figure out how he works with Dobson better. But having Matty James come in. Did I not do Matty James? I didn't do Matty James. I'll do it in a second. Having Matty James in the middle of the park, kind of following around the back line there, taking the ball off the defenders, and having the relentless pressure of Elliot Lee up front, pushing the back line, breaking up play. I thought he was really good. Good for him. I'm really proud of his work rate yesterday. And he probably should have that goal. It was a goal. Obviously, didn't get counted. Could have been 4, as Welsh-Tucky said there too. I thought Elliot Lee looked really good. Interesting to know why he came off and was so pissed. Anyone have it there? Anyone have it there? And yes, I missed Matty James. The holding midfielder dictated play and came and supplied some telling passes in the first league start. 8 out of 10 for me. Yes, Matty James is that player that I think we are missing in the middle of the park. He released 2 different players yesterday. He released Rathbone, and he also released Dobson to do their jobs. He was patrolling that back line. That when the ball was going through, through Cleworth, it sometimes go to Barnett, then it go back over to O'Connell. He was following and patrolling that back line, pulling those strings, trying to get the ball off, then trying to cut that gap for those long passes that we've been doing on the ground that get taken off of the toes of our strikers. He did a really great job. So Matty James, 8 out of 10 start, looks solid. Like to see more of him. I want him to start on Tuesday. I do. I really do. In fact, I would go to an unchanged 11 on Tuesday. That's what I would do. Let me see. Ollie Palmer worked his socks off for the team and caused Exeter defense all sorts of problems. Rewarded with his goal as well. 8. Yes, 8 out of 10 for me, for him. Number 2 man of the match for sure. I do give him a lot of stick. But yesterday he did work his socks off. He won his headers. He held the ball up better yesterday. He was pressing forward. He did some good layoffs also too. Earlier on in the game, I think he grew into the game and got better, especially after he got his goal. He does work tirelessly. Going forward, I don't think he's a great striker, like with ball to his feet, trying to run with the ball. Not great. With his back to goal, fine. I think he's much suited, but he had probably his best game for us this season, Ollie Palmer. So good on him. I also want to throw this out there too, because Paul Mullen is next. Anyone have anything about this? Why was Paul Mullen dropped? What's going on? And do you expect to see him back in the lineup? Do you expect to see him back in the lineup for Tuesday? So I'm not quite sure. Paul Mullen put himself about when he came in and put in a shift. 6, okay. John Daddy Babarton, fresh legs and attack, but no chances, got a 5. And Stash, Tom O'Connor, helped see the game out with a 5 step. But by the way, Tom O'Connor came in the midfield. And Ravon, injury time substitute, got him a 5. So there you go. But the job was done by then. I was not impressed when Paul Mullen came on, in my opinion, but Vartson either. The game was kind of over, kind of trickled out. So I'm not going to hold him to that. Stash in the midfield, I thought that was very interesting. What say you? What do we think is going on with Paul Mullen, and why did he get dropped? Hi, I just saw your live alert. Hi, Ruth. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you as well. Tickets for Bristol on Tuesday. I'll check that out. We'll do that in a second. I just want to get to the chat. And Koopy Spat says Rathbone celebration was iconic. It was great. I mean, he just, awesome. Or was he clapping? He was clapping. He looked great. I'm so proud of him. So happy for him. Those are guys that I think they're going to be here for a couple of years now. Oh, sorry. There you go. Got to refocus that. There we go. On the fat face. Those guys gonna do very well for us. And Rathbone is one I really think for the future and for the now. A2ZEV, what's up, brother? Brunty is Rolls Royce in defense. He is so elegant. I like him. He's got power, pace, good with his feet. He's got, the intangibles. I like him a lot. He's steady, waited his turn and played really, really well. Chicky Brewer also loved the celebrations. Hugh D, the new style of play was very effective. I hope we can use that as much as possible during the rest of the season. Yes. So the new style of play is what we're capable of. In those last 15 minutes, once we broke after halftime, we reverted back to type and gave them the ball a little bit more. I think, and I think that's just kind of, sorry, there's a dog over there. I don't know if you can see him. See, that's Jameson. There he is, James. He's trying to find a place to sit. Okay, so we reverted back to type for about 15 minutes there. What I'd like to see us to do is go for it a little bit more. After Rathbone got his goal, we a little more free feeling. 2-0 was a dangerous scoreline, obviously a winning scoreline. That could go to 2-1, gets even more dangerous after that, obviously, because they get the momentum. But the style of play is, we talk about where are our goals going to come from? Who are the men going to get set up? Why are our strikers not scoring? It's because, in my opinion, I don't think our midfield has been balanced enough. I think Matty James balances the midfield out. He's an Evans type player. Heady doesn't do everything like spectacular. He's not going to do flicks and tricks, but he will take the ball off the back line, and I think that's great. So I hope we do continue this style of play. Jimmy took no prisoners yesterday. Yes, yeah, Jimmy did not take any prisoners. He did not. He went in a couple times really heavy. I don't know why, but I'm excited for our defense, Max and Brunty. They'll age like fine wines. Yes, Cabernet. I think we should sell Boyley and get a youngster. I wouldn't be surprised if Boyle's gone soon. He's been a servant, so that's fine. But I agree with that. I like the future of those back three. I would go for someone. Listen, I like Scar right now for me in the middle, and O'Connell's great. I'd go for the same. I'd go for the middle center half, the ball playing center half that Scar and O'Connell are. That's what I would look for, that profile of player for next year. For that guy, that's what I would be looking for. Okay, hi Ruth. Ruthson has EOC and Scar are great, but they will be replaced in 2 years. So let's get them understudy for that. I agree with that. Definitely get a ball playing center half. And they're back. Why are they back? Hold on 1 second. Hey. Hold on. Family's back. 1 second. Live show. Hey guys. All right. So, 1 second. There's people coming home in the house here. Live show. Welcome home. What? Hold on. Let me pause right here. So they went to go see Wicked, and it was at the wrong theater. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Good job. But you did get popcorn. You get popcorn. Don't. Okay, great. Another floor. There you go. Welcome to a live show. Ooh, doors. Okay, so what were we saying there after we were thoroughly interrupted here? But that's fine. Okay, so I think Brunty and STōK Cae Ras should be tried next game. I think that's an opportunity too. You like my fireplace design? I can't take any credit for that. So, oh my God. Robert Gallivan says predictions: Mendy, Boyle, Bolton, Jones, and Evans and Fletcher will be let go. I agree with that. And so, how long till we get announced that the Matty James signed a 2-year contract? Good shout, Kelly Davidson. It's a good shout. I think that's possible that it could. Let's see how he plays in the next couple of games. Let's keep him on the pitch. But hopefully we get him. If he's good enough, let's keep him to stay. He'll probably save us a little bit. So Jackson R says, "What's up? How are you?" We'll make it a quick show because we just got crashed and I'm in the middle of the house here. Yeah, I didn't go see Wicked. It's not on my bucket list, literally. Did you see it? I did not go. Go tomorrow. Enjoy it. And yes, the bot does speak. Hello. I think Matty James will be a 1 year if he gets one. Yeah, I could see that happening. Apparently you get hurt of artificial turf, so I guess they're worried about him hurting his back. Glenda, that is for I think there was in reference to into what the hell's his name, to Paul Mullen. Yes, Paul Mullen for me. Maybe you didn't want to do that. There is some stuff going out there. You can look at it yourself. So let me know. There's some stuff going on. Maybe there. I think there's more going on with Paul Mullen than we think. That's just my take. Sorry, right there. Let's reset that. And you do love the design. Yes, the fireplace design is great. Okay, sorry about that. Let me see. 2 years for MJ. A lot of old players. 6 months extension. Push him. I think we'll push him out till the end of the year. That's what I think is going to happen. Interesting, Glenda. Can you say up the veil, please? Okay, up the veil. There you go. Good. Welcome, Jackson R. Who do you support? I don't know who they are. Port Vale, I believe. So earlier post retraining last week. Where is it? All right, okay. From what I can understand, Andy Morrell said Mullen didn't start because the pitch lads were unable at the end of the pitch, artificial surface. That makes sense. If that's a possibility, that's possible. I agree with that. And Hugh D says, I met a few Exeter fans for the match. All of them were interesting and good-natured, very well behaved. Awesome. Okay. All right. I'm going to get out of here. And because no, I'm done. I'm going to get out of here because I got crashed in the house, which is awesome. Live show. But we did get exactly what I wanted to get done, which was the player ratings, Rollin 7. This one is going to go down the record books. If middle management sees this one, he's going to be like, what are you doing? This is what happens. This is what happens here when you have a house full of people. And you're right. The last thing I want to talk about that Techie just brought up too. Ticket news: Bristol Rovers away on sale from 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning, the 6th. So make sure Make sure you can go check that out. Tickets for our away trip to the Memorial Stadium at Sky Bet League One action against Bolton Rovers will go on sale to the supporters from 10 a.m. on Tuesday, November 26th. So that's going to take place on Saturday, December 21st. That's through that really busy period, so check that out. 12:30 kickoff time, which sucks ass for me because it's a 4:30 kickoff, but I will be up there to that. So get those there. That's the other announcement that came up. Techie was talking about it. So get those on November 26th. That's in 2 days. That is the morning when we go play. So, all right. Apologies for the interruption. Live show. You know how it goes here on the local pundit. It's crazy time at all times. It is crazy time. But last one I'll get out there too. Robert Gallivan. Yes. How you doing, Robert? None of the lowly come back. Absolutely not. There's no reason for them to come back. I don't like them. I think they can go off and have their own careers, which is great. Yes, please remember to smash and like if you haven't subscribed. Please like, subscribe, share. Really fun. Appreciate all coming in for a Sunday show. We'll be live all week because it's Thanksgiving week here, so we're working without a net, as you can tell, as always do, which makes it so much fun. And Port Vale supported there too. So live tomorrow, WREXfast Club. If we can do it, footy tips, we'll do it. That's a wrap. And what else we're going to do? We'll be live on Tuesday for sure. So anyways, everyone have a great Sunday on that bombshell. I'll see you all soon.